Good evening, everyone. Welcome ulit to Buhay Bahista. This is our fifth episode, another Saturday night. Oh, init! Okay, but another night of learning and sharing. Mainit-init ang ating pag-uusapan ngayon. Night of learning and sharing sa lahat sa ating mga bases. Kami pala ang host for tonight. I'm Hans. We have Pau and Tep Tep. Pero baka may mga humabol pa. So, Pau, let's introduce our special guest for tonight na mag-share.
Tama. So, good evening everybody. So, we're here again. Sabi nga ni Hans, episode 5. Very happy to bring you our special guest for tonight, Sir Sam. So, ano naman, let's give a background kung sino si Sam. He's doing lessons kasi. So, para sa mga hindi nakakakilala sa kanya, Sam is a music business management graduate from Meridian International College. He's a session and recording bassist for Clara Binin. Ay, gusto ko siya. Galing siya talaga. Bea Lorenzo, Elise Wang, Sabu, EJ DiPerio, and more. He is also affiliate and demonstrator for Jolly Music and J-Craft. So, sakto ngayon, kakapadala lang sa kanya ng J-Craft 5 if di ako nagkakamali. And this bass is special. It's loaded with J-Craft strings and also loaded with Gibtronics preamp. No? So, maririnig niyo mamaya, i-demo ni Sam yun. Sam is also a music producer at a very young age, no? So, idol. And he's also a live band arranger for SB19 and more. So, napakadaming nagagawa for his age. So, we're very grateful to have him tonight here in the show. We also want to thank our sponsors then before we start. So, medyo, ang ganda ng topic niya, the power of Pentatonics. So, before we start, gusto ko muna pasalamatan yung sponsors natin for tonight. For all the listeners, so I want to share din kung ano yung mga pakulo ng mga sponsors natin. So to start, Inspired Music is our partner for tonight. Magbibigay sila ng dampener, ng string dampener. Bagong dating ito sa Pilipinas and they'll be selling it soon. It is very similar to Groove Gear na fret wrap. So maganda siyang product. Will be giving one away, no? So, tune in mamaya kung paano palalunan. Jolly Music and J-Craft, of course. As I said, yun yung gagamitin ni Sam tonight. Mari-witness natin, yung craftsmanship, pati tunog ng J-Craft. So, for J-Craft, they have a special offer. Pag bumili kayo ng bass, may free shipping kayo. Tapos nun, free upgrade ng J-Craft strings.
Napapatanong na nga ako kay Gibson eh. Binessage ko kanina.
Ganun ba? Ayan. Tapos doon, Riverhead is still having a discount, 10% pa rin. So later, more details on that. El Sonido, may contest. So ito, medyo bigatin. Last time, nagbibigay sila ng discount. They decided to send nagpadala sila ng straps, no? So ito yung akin personally. Meron kayong, well, ito bago, nakakahon pa, we'll be giving it away, pero before we, hindi sana question lang kasi medyo maganda yung product, no? And we wanna challenge you also to learn with us tonight. Si Sam will be teaching us Pentatonic, so yung contest namin will be tied to that, no? Tapos, Kalikot Audio is still offering 1,000 pesos off when you buy Amplefort until the end of the month. And then LEG is now on pre-order, the vintage series na Alab, no? So, yun yung natin for tonight. So, before we begin, siguro maganda Sam, to ask, ano ba yung pentatonic or pentatonics? Is it a scale? Is it ano ba siya?
Well, depending on ano na alam nyo, the pentatonic scale is, one, it's a scale. But saan ba, where does it come from? So, a very important aspect to look at is first, where it comes from. So, I think a starting point for anything in music theory that we can take or take a look at is the major scale. So, okay. And the pentatonic scale is basically just that, except you take the 4th and the 7th away. Okay? And syempre, like any other scale, you can loop that across the whole fretboard kasi repeating notes naman lang siya. So, this is something that we can use to our advantage depending on how well you know the shapes. diba? But basically, it's just a shape na yung pinanggalingan niya is basically the major scale and then utilizing the strongest notes in a key, okay? Which is the root, the second, third, fifth, sixth, and then the root again. And that's basically it. Using 5 notes, the strongest notes of in a key, and then you can use it for what basically yun ang gist ng pentatonic sa atin. So, what I'd like to kung if everyone's there and if kaya Pao, sila Tep, if you're here to chime in kasi I have a question and it's I think it's tied to paano ba? The pentatonic scale kasi isa sa isang one of the first things that you'll ever learn in music. Okay? Sa scales, kung magse-search ka ng scale na kung magse-search ka ng scale lesson online, you're going to most likely find you're gonna find the minor pentatonic, okay? So iisipin ng mga tao dahil it's a beginner scale. Kasi yan yung isa sa mga starter. Okay? But that's why I wanted your guys' thoughts. So kung may thoughts kayo, what do you think when you hear of the pentatonic scale? Anyone, comment lang kayo or whatever. Sila Pao, feel free then.
May marami nag-hi sa'yo pero
alam ko si
wala pang nag-try.
Mukhang sikat si Sir Sam, no? All the way from Bicol and Pampanga, we have people saying hi. So, but talk about pentatonic. Yes, Kyla is a fan of Sir Sam De Leon. Talk about pentatonic. I think I heard that back in high school. It's like one of the things that I was told na, alam mo yung pentatonic, there are a lot of things you can do with it once you know that. Because parang yun yung choices ng notes na pinaka usually bumabagay in a lot of things Ayun.
Actually parang siya yung siya yung skill na in most songs magsushoot talaga siya. So ako din yung nag-start ako yun narinig ko yung pentatonic skill. Yung as Sam demoed it kanina, no, sabi ko parang okay, so saan note ko to pwede gamitin. Tapos na-realize ko na yun nga, if you move through the fretboard, marirealize mo na you can use it, and then by progressing pataas ng fretboard, ang dami mo ng opportunity na pwedeng magawa with just that skill, no. So kaya nga I think na yung topic natin ngayon is very interesting kasi ang dami nagtatanong din na paano ka nagsusolo. Actually, minsan pag wala na ako maisip, bumabalik ako sa pentatonic talaga eh. So, it's not, yun nga, as technical or, parang, ang grabe yung jazz chord niyan. Wala siyang ganun, pero sobrang safe at niya. Ayan, so Ben has a comment. I'll share it on the screen, no?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Ikaw, Tep. So, ikaw, Ben. Oh, no.
Alright.
Ikaw, Tep. Sorry,
Tep.
nakamute ba, Tep? Pentatonic, anong take mo sa kanya? Or do you want to share anything? Parang nawala ka. Minute niya yung buong interface niya. Ayan. So si Sam Guyu, he has a question. Siguro si Sam can answer this later.
Ayan, sound check.
Ayan, okay, good. Tep, you're back.
Ayun. Actually, yung topic nga ngayon. Kasi ito yung go-to scale ko lagi pentatonic.
Ay, ikaw din ba?
So once, yung mga ginagawa ko and everything, Pentatonic 'yun. Pentatonic lang, sa pentatonic lang galing lahat 'yun. Tapos ano, 'yun nga, advantage kasi nakakatawid siya kahit saang genre pwede mong gamitin, eh.
It sounds right kahit saan mo ilagay, no?
Oo,
Well, unless siguro minor na, pero pwede pa rin minsan, nakakalusot pa rin.
pasok pa din.
Oo. So
Tapos
ano,
pwede mong paglaruan kahit saan mo simulan, kahit saan ka magsimula, paakyat or pababa, pwede siya.
siguro, kung pag-uusapan natin yung cons, ano naman yung negative about it? Kasi I think all of us are in agreement na ang dami niyang pros saka very usable siya. Pero ano yung cons para sa inyo? Ayaw ni Tep kasi mahal na mahal yung scale.
Hindi, I think sige habang hinihintay natin si Sam, I think nakita kong cons niya, minsan parang na-limit na ako dun sa ano na yun, dun sa scale na yun. So parang nagiging muscle memory siya, na parang every time na na pinag-spot or yung mga technique, ay yung mga fill-ins, yun lagi yung una yung laging unang naiisip mo.
So on a personal note, parang feeling mo stuck ka, no? Sa
Parang
minsan
may
napapaisip ka na,
may
teka,
ganun, oo.
pa ba pwede ko ibang gawin, no? Oo. Si Roops nag-comment, I think the main con is the predictability. Yung sobrang accessible niya to the point na, ay, alam ko na gagawin niya.
Mismo,
Ako,
mismo.
I agree to
Agree
this.
ako
No?
dun.
Diba?
Pero to be honest, fan perspective, if hindi naman sila music
Musicians
trained,
na, right.
it still sounds really good. Kahit paano mo siya paikutin. Pero yun nga, to people who really understand music and may experience talaga, parang alam ko na gagawin, dyan papunta yan, sigurado. So, yun yung, I guess, downside for me na gusto ko rin i-share. So, nahuli ni Rupson sakto, no? Dun sa comment. So, si Sam is trying to reconnect, no? Baka naputulan sa area nila. Pero worst case, kaya naman natin. Kaya ni Tep-Tep yan.
Naka-ready na yan.
May backup teacher tayo dito. So, anyway. Let's see, no? Teka lang. Meron bang any exercise patterns na pwedeng magamit? Pentatonic or on improvised solos?
Ayun na si Sam.
Ayan, sige. Welcome back. You have a question.
Yan. Nakapag-ipon na kami ng question, Sam.
Or
Teka, nagko-fluctuate yata siya ulit.
nag-fluctuate siya.
Yan, so
Let's see, no? Kanina his connection was really good. Tingnan natin kung ano nangyari. Ayan, you're back. Okay, good.
Ayun na.
Yeah. Okay. Hi.
Ano?
Okay.
Nawala ulit?
Yes. Hello.
Nawala ulit.
Ayun na.
Yeah.
We can hear
You hear
you. Yeah.
Ayan.
Yun.
Looks like your connection is recovering slowly.
Yeah. Sobrang lag nata. Yeah.
Oh, kanina. Now it's better. Ayan. Oy, maraming nanonood ng Korean novela.
Okay.
Wala ng internet sa area nila. O sige, so while we're waiting for Sam to go back, no. Sige, let's read more comments, no, and say hello to people who are tuned in. So Stanley, oy, you're back again. Baka ikaw na naman manalo, ha.
Yun nga sasabi ko, nag-aabang na naman to na contest, eh.
We are anticipating your win. Joke lang. Tingnan natin later. Sige. Sam is still connecting, no. Exercise pattern, sorry, hindi natin nasagot, Tep.
Exercise patterns?
Yeah.
Sige, ang ko sa pentatonic exercise pattern is usually, di ba, pag sinabi mong pentatonic is from the word penta, is sabihin 5. So dun sa scale, on a major scale, ang laging inaano sa pentatonic is yung 5 na usual notes. So ang ano bang approach usually, yung root, second, third, fifth, sixth, tapos yung octave na.
So paano mo ina-incorporate yung tep pag nagpa-practice ka? Meron ka bang chord na paulit-ulit tapos or siguro progression na paulit-ulit and then from there dinadaanan mo yung pentatonic scale?
Sige, teka. Try ko na humawak ng bass. Sige.
Sige, sige. Mas
Hold
maganda
on.
yan. Yun,
Ayan,
no?
kunin mo para kunin mo.
Sarap yan eh.
Kaso, dahil naka-mic lang ako, so medyo muffled yung tunog,
Okay, okay. Okay lang yan.
Okay lang. Ano lang, we'll just show ko
Ayun.
ano yung exercises na pwede mong gawin, no?
Ayun, yung
Okay,
usual na
interface, no? Tapos gamit mo yung mic. Sige.
yung usual na approach ko sa pag sa pentatonic, halimbawa, example, dito ako sa G major. So, ang approach ko is usually yung root, second, third, fifth, sixth, tsaka yung octave. Yun yung usual na exercise ko before. So from there, parang yun na yung niya eh. Doon ka na iikot eh. Kasi, ang din sa pentatonic, usually, madalas whole step lang yung, whole step yung pindot mo sa bass eh. So actually, with just using hammer-ons tsaka pull-off, actually, mapupull off mo yung pentatonic scale.
Hello?
So yun, yung sabi ni Stanley, pwede rin from lowest note to highest note. Ayan, nandiyan na yata si Samuel. Kamusta? Okay ka na?
Hi, I think so.
Yun.
Ayan,
Okay.
yun.
Pinagbawal niya
Now
muna
you're
panonood ng
moving.
Korean,
Gusto mo mapasample muna si Boss Steps.
Ayun.
Okay.
So, pwede siya, yun nga, from there,
Kaya
pwede
yan,
mo...
we understand naman ang connection natin.
Okay. Tapos from there, pwede mo nang yun nga, sabi ni Stanley kanina, from low to high. Tapos pwede rin pabalik. Ayun. So sobrang dami mong pwedeng gawin within the pentatonic scale eh.
Nice.
So in terms of exercise, ano yung pwede mong i-share before tayo mag-shift kay Sam? For that question, no? Kasi hindi ko alam kung nasagot natin kung paano ba nagagamit yung patterns for solo.
Parang nagagamit yung patterns for solo.
Kunyari, yung pentatonics siguro yung exercise, paano mo iduduktong yung exercise para bigyan sila ng advice para siya maging solo. Just before natin mag-shift kay Sam, no? Pabalik.
Sige. Ito yung isang exercise na tutunan ko before. So actually pentatonic siya in G major or E minor. So So paano incorporate yung exercise? Yung ang approach ko kasi is more yung mga hammer-on tsaka pull-ups. From there kasi doon na yung pentatonic itself eh. So,
Okay, I think maganda yung pinakita mo at saka naglaro ka within the same skill, no? So I hope, sir, nasagot namin yun. And I'm sure si Sir Sam will be teaching more about this later. Ayan.
Kuya Charles.
Hello, Sam.
Ayan.
Excited ako. Excited kami.
Alright. So, as I was saying, okay, so the reason why I asked, so madami, hindi ko lang naabutan yata yung mga sagot sa question. So, my question was, ano yung first impressions natin sa pentatonic scale? Kasi I think it's one of the very first things, like yun nga, yung ibang kwento nyo sa high school pa lang. Ako, ganun din. Kung high school pa lang din ako, it's one of the first few things na I learned. So, isipin natin, pentatonic? Pang beginner scale lang yan. Sir, gusto ko ng Phrygian, gusto ko ng Locrian, gusto ko ng Lydian dominant scale. Yun yung maganda yung tunog. Tapos I remember, may comment ako nakita nung this was around the time na biglang sumikat yung yung Four of Spades. So Four of Spades, I think kaka-release lang ng Mundo. So sumabog yun. I remember that, I think that was 2018. Feb 14, 2018. They released Mundo. It was a big hit. Tapos naglalabasan na yung mga live performance nila Spades. Kilala ko yun si yung lead guitarist nila si Blaster. He was naabutan ko pa kasi yung time na the Spades were di pa sila kilala kasi I played for Elise, yung debut ni Elise before with her brother. Parang nag-birthday gig sila. So naabutan ko pa yung Spades, wala pang Hey Barbara, wala pang Mundo nun. So sabi ko, galing ni Blaster. Tapos yung isang video performance sila sa UP Fair, I think 2018. I think that was one of the first few times na nag-perform sila right after Mundo boomed. And ang dami nag-comment, so ganun, 'di ba? Tapos syempre in any YouTube video may nagbabash. Tapos yung comment was galing na galing masyado ng mga tao dito kay Blaster, basic scale naman lang gamit niya. Ano ba yung skill na gamit dun sa sa Mundo Solo? Pentatonic yun 'di ba? Or even the riff That's pentatonic. So when I saw that comment, I was like, hala, hindi yata alam ng mga tao kung gaano ka powerful. Hindi maintindihan ng mga bata ngayon na how important and how valuable a pentatonic scale is. Kasi grabe talaga nung nakita ko yung comment na yun, sabi ko, hala, pentatonic scale, pinapag-tripan mo. Do you understand what you're doing? Ayun, evidently hindi. So, that's why I wanted to ask you guys because, guys, kasi really, a pentatonic scale is just a major scale. Take away the fourth, take away the fifth. It's less notes, so baka mukhang mas mas simple siya. And it is. It is in a way easier and simpler, but it doesn't mean it's less important. Okay? So very important, do not ever underestimate what you can do with a pentatonic scale. Kasi some of the most important people and some of the best bassists I know love na love yung pentatonic scale. May kilala akong isa dito sa dito sa Pinas. Kilala niyo din. Actually, mamaya, yun yung examples natin But, basically, yun yung natin. Yun yung start natin. And with that being said, 'di ba? And medyo pinakitaan na din tayo ni Tep kanina. I want to go through how I approached or paano ko na memorize muna lahat ng shape. Kasi since na nagawa natin, we were able to simplify things na from the major scale, binawasan lang natin siya na fourth and a seventh. So basically, you can start from any of those 5 notes. Diba? So you can start from the second, the third, the fifth, the sixth, and so on. Diba? So that's where, dun natin pwede makita lahat ng shape. So with that, we will discuss how I think of the shapes. Kasi, alam nyo guys, sa music, I never really considered myself like sobrang deep ng understanding ko and grabe yung galing ko naman makaintindi. Like, I'm so ahead. I never thought of that in that way. Ang naisip ko lang was, or what I discovered was, I saw all these shapes lalo na from this perspective na I'm holding the bass, tapos ganito, I'm looking down at the neck. I just saw a lot of shapes and saw how they worked. And syempre, hindi naman on my own yun, using YouTube videos and everything din yun. But, I will share to you how I think of things. Because this is what, I don't really think na I cracked a code, na I'm such a genius na I cracked a code. These are just really easy hacks almost, life hacks almost sa bass that will help you remember these shapes, okay? So basically, we have because we have a scale that deals with five notes lang, di ba? So we're in C, key of C. Tatanggal mo na 4th and 7 again. So we have the root, the second, the third, the fifth, and the sixth. Okay? So how I like to think of it is, if we're in the key of C, we will have two shapes na major. Okay? So one shape starts sa E string. And if you look at it, it's the number 2 dito. Ito yung shape na yan. And what I like to remember here is when I start that shape, sa next string bababa lang ako ng isang fret, and then the next string I do the same thing, and then I do the same thing sa next string on the G string, but the last note hindi siya 2 frets na siya away. Okay. So you can think of it as the major pentatonic na shape, okay? So that's one. And I like to think of this as the E na root, okay? So E root na major pentatonic scale. And because there's an E root, I like to think of having another shape na sa A naman nagsa-start, okay? So the root note will be here on the A string. So basically this is it's this, where is it? Here, it's this shape, okay? Number 3. So in this case, yung root natin, the C would be here. And the joke lang, it's this one pala. This one. Number 5. So with this shape, I'm thinking na, kasi kanina ito yung shape natin, yung number 2. Yung C ko was here on the E string. So I think of this as the E string root na shape. And then when we move here to the 5 or the number 5 sa diagram, I think of the root being here on the A string. So in that sense, may dalawa tayong major pentatonic na shape, okay? We have this and we have this. Okay? And because of that, we also have kung may major shape tayo, may minor shape din tayo, syempre. So this is where the minor pentatonic shape na we all know and love, yung number 1, this one. This is kahit mga gitarista hindi they're gonna be familiar with this shape. Okay? And this one, same deal. I just think na, okay, so ito yung root ko, so A minor, yung A ko nandito sa E string. So my starting or my root is on this E, on the E string. I can have the same thing, may isa pa akong shape na ganyan, na minor din, on the A string, which is the, number 4. Okay? So here, naka-mark out dito. Yan yung root natin on this A. And with that, you already know 4 of the 5. Diba? So now you only need to know one more, which is this one, yung number 3. And for this one's a bit weird, but the way I think of it is, you can think of it in 2 ways. At dito sa diagram, pinakita niya yung root niya is this A. And the A, nasa A string siya, and this is the A minor. So bali parang pwede mo siyang, you can think of it as A minor. Yes, A minor on this sa A string na root using your pinky. So I'm using my pinky for that note. Or you can also think of it as, I like to think of the target note to be here. So yung focus ko is this C sa D string. So if this shape is here, nasa what fret ba to? 10, yes. So I'm thinking of this C more than anything else. And from there, you already have, ang dami mo ng options eh. Kasi you can have this one, you have the minor shape, and you also have that minor shape. Tapos, let's say, gusto mo mas major yung datingan mo. Okay, then go for the number 2 diagram, or you can go for the number 5 diagram. Diba? And very important to know, this, I'm also teaching you guys this kasi mahalagang alam nyo kung nasan yung root notes. Okay? So that you know where to go back. Kasi if you don't end that, tapos walang A, it's not gonna sound resolved. Okay? So knowing na andito yung A, andito yung A, andito yung A, may A dito, 'di ba? It will help you resolve. Hindi yung kasi na, hindi mo na alam, 'di ba? So knowing where the roots are is gonna be good for you. So basically, again, recap, we have 5 total pentatonic shapes, correct? We have 5. And then I split it in my mind. Ang iniisip ko lang, may dalawa akong major shapes, may dalawa akong minor shapes. So the first major shape is this one that starts on the E string. And then I have another one that starts on the A string. The root is on the A string. But it extends further down dito. So dito sa 5 na yan, these aren't the root. The root is here on this A string. So the C is here. Tapos may dagdag lang na A tsaka G. But I'm thinking of it na ito yung parang starting point ko, yung C na yan. And then I also have the minor shapes, which are C number 1. And yung root natin nandito sa first note, and the octave is just right here. And then I think I have another minor shape, which is dito sa number 4 sa diagram. And I think of the ano to be here, the root or the starting point. So again, this is the note na you're gonna want to go home a lot or often. Ito yung binabalikan mo. Kasi if you end here, it's not gonna sound. Let's say you're using the number 4 or yung A string root na na shape na pentatonic na minor. As if you end on this note, the E, it's not gonna sound resolved. Kasi it's not the home, it's not the key note until you go to the A, which is the actual home note, okay? So, hindi lang siya, it's not just memorizing shapes, it's knowing where the important notes are also. So, yun. So, with that, now, I know these shapes. So, sabihin natin, iba sa inyo, who here, comment nyo na lang if kung familiar kayo, just go, comment. I-flex nyo na sa mga viewers natin kung na-practice nyo na, kung na-ensayo nyo na yung shapes. But now that we're here, okay, we already know the shapes. Sila Kuya Charles, sila Tep, lahat, na-ensayo na yung mga shapes. Na-milk na namin ng todo-todo yung shapes, di ba? But how do you practice it now? Di ba? Yun yung big question. So what I recommend is to take things simple, okay? Kasi I'm pretty sure you're going to think na a very common trap na people fall into, I've fallen into this too, is akit baba ka lang. Diba? That's gonna be a problem. Kasi ang boring yan kung akit baba ka lang. But I'm going to tell you, this is a good way to practice it just to get the shapes into your fingers, okay? And I'm going to show you why going up and down for the meantime isn't too bad first. So first, let's discuss na muna how do you practice it. So what I like to do is I get a metronome. Tapos wala kayong takas dito kasi Google nyo lang sa browser nyo. Just type metronome literally. May metronome si Google. So hindi kayo makakatakas. Please practice with the metronome, guys. Always, okay? As you can just start at 60 BPM. And then just do it. I know it's boring, but really, this is where it comes, okay? Else you can double that. So from quarter notes, go 8 notes. Tapos 16 note. Okay? It's gonna be boring kasi you're gonna be stuck here for a while. But promise, may mapupuntahan din to. So that's a really straightforward way if you're going to practice a pentatonic scale. Yun, gawin mo lang yun. Tapos just go through all the shapes. So what I used to do dati, so guys, I don't recommend this for beginners na hindi pa masyado alam yung shapes. But what I used to do nung medyo nakampante na ako sa kampante na ako, I knew my muscles knew what to do. My muscles knew the shapes. I put on the metronome sa iPad ko. And then I'd just watch Netflix. So tapos nagtitik tik 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 ganun lang. Tuloy-tuloy lang yung metronome ko habang nagne-Netflix ako. And then I just go. So what you can do, this is one of the exercises I used to do. So I just go through all the shapes. Okay? And I just go, do that. Tapos what you can do it, pwede mo isipin, parang workout. So, gawa ka ng maka 5 ikot ka nun, up and down. Bibilisan ka lang para mag-get yung point. So, you can do that. Tapos do that 5 rounds and do that 3 times a day. Diba? As that's not gonna take you 30 minutes. It's not gonna take you forever. Saglit lang. But, you'd be surprised how much it will help you. But basically, yun. So, ito yung starting point. This is the most basic way to practice the pentatonic scale. And another thing na I like to... Yes, pwede din, I saw the comment, si Stanley. Hello. You can do that. Pwede din isipin mo, circle of fourths. If you want to be spicy, what you can do is force yourself to isang area ng fretboard. So sabihin natin, tapos ano ba yung fourth ni A, 'di ba? E. So we're starting on E, but di tayo lilipat dito sa E. Stick to this area. So yung E dito is this one. And if you know our shapes, you know we can play this E. Okay? Tapos may B pa, so we can also do B minor here. Tapos may, yung sunod? F sharp. But minor here. This is F sharp minor. And then may C sharp minor. And then G sharp minor. And D sharp minor. I think. And ito pala. Yes. But yun, diba? So even ako, never ko siya nagagawa talaga ng ganon. But you can do that. And I think whenever you want to do yung ganyan na, this is so circle of fifths, guys, circle of fourths, guys, is you can Google it. Basically, it's just a sequence where you're jumping between intervals. So in this case, it's fifths or fourths, diba? So from C, let's say C, you can jump to the fourth. So all you have to do is just play the major scale, yung shape na ganito, then go to the fourth. So here, what you can do is you can play the C pentatonic and then go to the fourth. So play the F pentatonic, and then B flat pentatonic, and then D sharp. Yun. So all of that, you can do that. But yun, it's not something you need to do. It will be maganda siyang brain workout for you guys, lalo na if you want to really memorize the shape cross, tsaka get your kasi maganda to practice your fret knowledge, like calling out whenever say okay play a D minor, tapos can you play a D sharp minor here in the same area. Magandang testing yun sa'yo na kahit anong scale or kahit anong key in this 5 fret area, how much can you play in that area? Or how well do you know that area? Okay? So, yun yung pwedeng challenge. Okay? But yeah, so you can do that. You can do the circle of fourths, but you can just pwede mo lang akit baba yung Okay? So now we know the up and down. So the basic one. So a thing that I like to do also, kasi I've seen na medyo important siya na vocabulary to get down, is so you take the same shapes, but imbis na one note per or one pluck per note, doble mo. So that would sound like okay. So it's a bit boring, but this will pay off, I swear. Kasi madaming songs and madaming bass lines na very important that utilize yung doubled up notes na ganito. Okay? Then just do that. Just do that all over, diba? So, we have that. So now, we have a very basic, just up and down sort of thing. And we can take that even further. So, isipin niyo lang guys yung way to practice pentatonic, and you can also apply this naman kasi you can do this to you can do it to the chromatic or the major scales then. Or if you want to do your modes. If you want to do the modes, pwede din ganun. You can also just do you can do the single notes or doubled up. It's really it's up to you what scale you use it on. Basta the concept is practice it one note at a time and then doubled up. Tapos kahit anong scale you can apply that to. So now that we have the basic up and down, what you can do also is to learn how to connect. Okay, so si Tep na nabanggit niya to kanina, he was showing us kasi he started all the way down here and then went all the way up here. Diba? So how do we start to learn that? Okay. So yung pwede natin gawin is to just go shape by shape. Okay? So yung one, if you look at all the shapes, yung 1 2 3 4 5 in chromatic in sequence na sila eh. Okay? So after you play this shape, the minor one, the major one na E string susunod na. And then yung third shape, chronological na sila. Okay? So what you can do is to connect 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and so on. So how do we do that? We can use slides, okay? As a good way to practice it is to start by sliding sa mga dulo, okay? Dulo meaning yung last string. So when we play this A minor pentatonic, tapos we get to this last note, you can slide up to the next note. Okay? So if you remember na ito na yung next shape, you know that you just have to magsaslide ka lang ng dalawang fret. Okay? Tapos here, matetest yung matetest yung knowledge mo. Okay, how do I go down from here? Okay? So hindi lang pwede you know how to ang alam mo lang akit ka lang dito. Dapat alam mo din yung pababa. So okay? So you can do that. Slide. Then dito din sa baba, once you get here, you can also slide up again. Slide up again. So what that would look like with a metronome, bibilis natin na onte. 2, 3, 4. Diba? And that took us like what? Wala pa yatang isang minute. Siyempre, it's gonna take time until you develop yung muscle memory for all of that. But it's not really gonna take a while. Tapos, yung beauty pa ng pentatonic scale is you just have 5 shapes to worry about. Okay? So, wala kayong excuse para hindi practice yung pentatonic scale kasi you just have 5 options. Okay? So, you can start with that. So, again, if you look at the diagram, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And, chronological na yan. So, you just have to do them in order. Okay? So, that's all you have to do. So, yun yung isa, yung sliding up sa mga dulo na string. So, sa G string, you can slide up, and then when you get down, you can also okay, so yung question down ni Kyla, hello. How do you apply it to the 5th string? So my 5th string dito. That is ine-extend mo lang yung shape. So the shape kasi repeats. So you can think of it as So yung shape natin dito, the number 3 the number 5, I mean, this shape, when you extend it down to the B string, iisipin mo like this C, parang nadagdagan ka ng ng shape. So if this ends, this shape, the E string shape ends here dapat, parang naging same sila ng ni the A shape version or the A root na version na nagkadagdag sila na G tsaka A tsaka G dito sa baba. You can also do that here sa B string. So it's worth to remember kung from the roots ano yung nadadagdagan, kasi from here we know that there's going to be may dagdag dito. So when you translate that here sa B string, we know na dito so next string down and then 2 frets up, there's a note there and just right above it. Okay? So yun yung daya ko for yun yung daya ko sa tawag dito sa B string, but I don't really use it often here. I mean, medyo floppy yung B string for me. So when I use the pentatonic, I don't really use as much of the B string. So tsaka starting point, you're going to gamitin niyo lang yung hack nga na yun, like remembering where the roots are so that you can extend it based on the shape. So when you know the root is here, you know na may A tsaka may G pa. Okay? So moving on. So we can take the sliding thing a step further, and I think this is very valuable also kasi again, yung the whole yung importance kasi ng na pentatonic scale is na these 5 notes are the strongest. Okay? So the moment na nagkamali ka, nag-slide ka sa nag-slide ka dito sa 4th or sa 7th, na it might not be the effect or the sound that you're going for. Baka yun yung mas hanap mo. It can be naman, okay? But knowing where to slide, okay? Kasi may mga some notes will have 2 notes in between them, di ba? So knowing kung nasan yung mga important notes. So what I like to do is I slide everything or I go back and forth between a shape. So sabihin natin dito sa 1, I like to slide from this. So I play these first 2 and then I slide up and then go down. Okay, so I do that. So from here, whenever I do something here, alam ko na may masaslidean ako. Tapos dito din, ganun din. Kasi diba, medyo bitin pa minsan. So dapat alam mo din na the next best note is here. It's not here. It's not here. It's 2 frets away pa. And I do that here again. Ganun pa din. Tapos dito din. Okay? Diba? So I do that. Tapos you do that for all the shapes. Diba? And dun pa lang you have so much room na to do stuff. Diba? Doon pa nga lang, this exercise can be it can be a big concept na which we're gonna talk about later. Ito si Boss Momar, hello po. Yung shapes ba na yung ginagamit sa gospel, Justin Reigns, yes, and Cherry Reid, yung parang nasa root yung banda, and yes. So, yes, alam ko to. I'm pretty sure you guys might know. Baka alam to ni Tep. Yung iconic na ni Cherry Reid. Yung lalagay siya tapos biglang freak out yung mga tao. Yes, I remember. And most likely, hindi ko pa siya naaral in that specific, that specific field. Ayun, sabi natin ni Step eh. Ayun, can you confirm with us, Step? Ano yung make-up niyan? Is it I'd like to, so yung guess ko, mixture yan ng pentatonic, tapos paminsan may mga major scale. Paminsan may 7, may 4th every now and then. But predominantly it's pentatonic.
Actually,
Ako,
yun, tama. Pentatonic siya eh.
mukhang may humihingi ng pasample. So I think, guys na nagano sa church or Charles and Tep, baka gusto niyo mag-weigh in tonight. On the spot kayo.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yun. Pentatonic nga
So,
siya.
yun. So it's all pentatonic.
Pentatonic siya pwede siyang D major.
Okay.
Actually, parang D major 7 eh.
Yan. So, yun sinasabi ko. So ito yun, guys. So what I want to emphasize also is very big starter point tong pentatonic. Sometimes kasi you'll be able to get away with adding the 7th every now and then. Sabihin natin. So yun, that's predominantly. Pero ito, may 7th ako every now and then. Okay? So it's a matter of being able to get really good at knowing when to insert the other notes outside of the pentatonic scale. Kasi minsan, pagka biglang yung mga ganun, biglang mapapasok mo yung 7 na yun kahit na kapag alam mo paano mapasok yung 7 na yun, ang sarap, di ba? But
Sarap
minsan, if you're not really aware na 7 pala yung tutugtugin mo, di ba? Biglang, parang di siya sakto, di ba? So yun. So that specific feel yun. Syempre, it's very legendary siya Ray Reid. And then sila Justin Reigns din. Si Justin Reigns has that thing yung di ba? May something siyang ganun eh. And he also has that. I like this one. Okay.
Share ko yung kay Justin Reigns. Ang approach niya is ang madalas niya is, yun nga, yung mahilig siya sa fifths.
Yeah.
Tapos ang ikot niya is 3rd, 5th, tsaka major 7.
Yeah.
So, halimbawa yung niya, key of E. Yun yung pentatonic siya, pero ang approach niya is 3rd, 5th, major 7 eh. So, hindi ko alam kung tama yung pero
I think yung niya, boss, yung kasi if you look at the like this one, yung sa anong song nga ba to? My Strength yata to.
My Strength,
that one, yung starting so basis niya yung fifth, diba? So knowing your fifths, but yung target notes was all part of the, so lahat sila nasa, it's a B, D, F sharp, A. Tapos dito lang may kakaiba yung so this is the, if you want to call it, it's the sharp sharp 4 bago sharp 5, sorry. Sharp 5 going to the 6. So papasok lang just to approach the B. But basically, it's just using the fifths. So this is a concept now we're gonna talk about later again. So this one, so target notes lang they're all part of the pentatonic, which is the B, the D, the F sharp, and the A. Tapos yung huli, may B, huli. So kahit yung notes ng iba dito, this one there's a 7th here. If you play the 5th of the F sharp, 7th yan. So kahit na yung pinanggalingan niya is pentatonic, because of the concept, which is to play the 5th of whatever you're targeting, may nasamang 7. And that's okay. Okay? But yung pinanggalingan niya is still the pentatonic. You're just targeting notes and you added the fifths. Okay? So yun, basically. And that still starts from all the things na sinasabi ko, yung knowing all these shapes like this and being able to slide up and down to them. Kasi pwede mo nga aralin to, alam mo yung mga lagay nila Sherry, alam mo you know how to play them, but if you don't know the shapes, hindi mo siya ma-apply for yourself. Okay? So, important pa din na you still give the time to really know these shapes on your own. Kasi that's when you'll be able to apply them for yourself na. Na hindi lang siya tawag dito. Hindi lang siya something na you learn. It's just a piece or it's a feel lang you learn. Tapos, you're going to forever stick to that feel. And kapag mag-feel ka, palaging yung feel na lang yun all the time. So, syempre, ayaw natin yun. We want to be able to make our own, di ba? And if you keep on, sabihin natin, lahat na lang, imagine mo yung kaisa-isa mong feel. Kahit balad, ganun gagawin mo, di ba? Pangit naman yun. So, dapat, you should know all your shapes talaga. Okay? So far. Tapos, this is another important pentatonic thing na this is my last aspect na we can think or discuss. Tapos I want to show you guys some real life examples like yung pinoint out si Sherry. I want to show you someone who I think really knows the pentatonic in and out, so we'll talk about that later. But before we do that, there's this concept na I like, which is groupings. Okay, so groupings, what are groupings? Ang iisipin mo lang, groupings, you group notes by numbers. Okay? Tapos you go to a shape and you start with a group of numbers. So sabihin natin, let's start with 3. Okay? So what you're going to do is from here, this shape nasa high high G na tayo. So what I want you to do is to play 3. 1, 2, 3. And then from there, you play the next note, the note after the one you started. So we started here. So then you're gonna start the 3 following note pababa. And then start it here. And then start it here. And then start it here. So right now it's gonna sound a bit boring kasi mabagal. But okay. So when you put up to speed na, or dito. Okay? So ito yung mga pwedeng i-gitna mo sa mga times na bababa ka lang kasi yung one problem that we discussed was akyat baba lang minsan kasi. Kuya, I feel so boring kasi akyat baba lang ginagawa ko. But yung pwede ko i-suggest is what if you do insert ka ng 3 na ganun. Diba? So your up and down sounds a little less boring when you add that. And you can take that further. So we started with 3s. So let's say 4. So ito, I think magugulat kayo. Ay, ganun lang pala yun. Okay, so let's try 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Isa pa? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Okay? So from there, you can also go upwards. So syempre, if you masanay ka sa going down, go up also. Okay? So yung fingering na to, medyo it depends per shape. So that's something I'm going to leave you guys to discover for yourself. Or, isegue ko na mabilis, magpa-lessons kayo sa akin. So guys, kung gusto nyo na mas hands-on, na I'll teach you the fingerings and everything. Kung medyo hindi nyo pa kaya i-figure out on your own, yes. please contact me. I'll help you guys with that. But going back again, so
Where?
we're
Saan
going.
daw? Para naman clear. In your
Ah,
Facebook page
kung
ba? Or...
saan? Yes, you can contact me sa Facebook page ko, so Sam De Leon on Facebook, or you can contact me on Instagram, Twitter, Sam De Leon Music at Sam De Leon Music, or you can email me samdeleonmusic@gmail.com. So pwede naman din. Or kung mahanap niyo yung account ko na personal, okay naman din. Sam T De Leon on Facebook then, so you can look for me there. Okay? So going back, fourth. Okay? Tapos ito yun. Ito nga yung three sides to have to shed. Diba? But from there, okay, if you get good at the fourth, if you put in the time and get that really clean, okay, I'm gonna show you guys something in a bit. Si Laboriel daw, gamit na gamit yung pentatonic. I agree. Actually, just guys in general, going back to my first point, pentatonic is so important and you might not realize how used it really is, but sobrang gamit niya. Okay? So this is so again, groupings, threes and fours, and you can also think of fives. Okay? But I like to think of it as 3 and then 2. So or yeah, let's just think of it as in fives. Okay, so what I like to think of is this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and it's really nice kasi imbis na kasi it's a very daga 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 daga. Kung may gusto kang something na medyo nakakaiba yung flow, if you introduce 5, it's going to break the flow of the feel kasi na onte. So yan yung mga ganun. When you introduce the 5, it's going to change. Hindi lang siya pababa. Or hindi lang siya pataas. If you introduce a pentatonic plus dance move equals bookings. Yes. Kakaiba nga yan. Hindi ako makasayaw, Paps pero
Ako din eh.
But yun, so basically
swing left to right lang ang kaya natin pagdating sa ganyan.
sway lang. Sway Paps.
Sway lang. Sway plus nguso. Sakto na yun.
Basta masarap, Paps. So yun. So basically we have that. The 3s, 4s, and the 5s. As long as ma-practice mo yun, so I'm really gonna leave you guys to discover all of this on your own, or yung lalo na yung fingerings and everything. But basically the concept really is to just be able to play in series or groupings nga. So being able to learn to play the 3s, okay. Tapos I remember, na-discover ka pa to sa guitar of all places. Ito sa song I used to remember. I was starting to learn sa guitar. Tapos sabi ko, grabe naman tong intro feel or something. Tapos ano ba yun? Tapos like years later, nagulat ako, okay. It's just a pentatonic with groupings of 3. Okay? Tapos yung ito, yung ganyan, yung that's groupings of 4. Pwede din 6 pala, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? You can also do 6s. Maganda din yung it breaks up the flow a bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you can do that too. Okay? But basically yun, sa practicing groupings like that, okay? And I guarantee kung magawa niyo yun sa all 5 shapes, sobrang layo ng mararating nyo. So now, here is the fun part. I'm going to try to blow your minds a little bit. Kasi, a lot of these things, they seem like on their own, they're gonna seem kinda boring. But I have 5 real-life situations and songs na most of you are going to know. And then, baka ma-shock kayo na, ay, really? Yun lang pala yun? Okay? And ito guys, I'm going to pose this question. There's this one bassist in the Philippines who I think really knows the pentatonics inside and out. Okay, there's one. Baka feeling ko kilala na din ni Kuya Charles.
Question ba to? Yun yung gawin nating contest for the damper. Charles,
Pwede.
nasa'yo na ba yung damper?
Yung damper, i-ship mo lahat mismo sa Inspired to the winner.
Wow. O sige. Nakakainis. May sumagot. Bakit ikaw na naman?
Ano ba? Hayahay naman. Nakakailang kuha naman ng giveaway yan. Pagbigyan naman natin yung
O sige, wag daw pagbigyan si Stanley.
Actually, hindi sagot yan
second person na siya. Tinanong naman niya, sino yung local, di ba, na madalas gumamit. Nagbigay siya ng hint eh. So, the first guy who gave the full name, doon tayo. Ayan.
Karel Manasan. So yun,
Si Kim.
Si Kim Koy. Hello, congrats. So yun,
Yes,
syempre,
congratulations.
Idol nating lahat, si Sir Karel, of course. If every solo of his, you're going to find the pentatonic influence in his playing, diba? So that's what we're gonna take a look at. So now, syempre we can. So actually, lahat all three of my examples are si Sir Karel. But let's take this. You guys know this. I'm sure you know kasi it's diba? You guys know that. Diba? So let's take the bridge, okay? Or before the bridge or before the solo section. So that line. It's a different hindi to pentatonic. But it's right here. Okay, so that section. Now, ano yung isang concern natin earlier? What was our one concern? Na akyat and baba lang ako, kuya. Tignan natin to. Ano yung note breakdown na to? So that's just, so we're basically starting on an A minor pentatonic shape, okay? Tapos yung first two notes are A, G, A. A, G, A. Okay, so yun lang. Tapos, look, imagine this. It's just that shape, the first, the A minor, the minor shape sa E string, na pababa. Okay? So, had you practiced that, okay, kung pre-practice mo yun, kaya mo na to. Okay? So yun. So if you practice that going down, kuya, talaga akit baba lang talaga nagagawa ko. Okay lang. Kasi ito, pababa sila Sir Karel na yan. Okay? So from there, now we have this one. This is something we discussed also. Groupings. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Diba? So ito, all you have to do is uurong mo lang yung shape, isang fret pataas. Tapos groupings of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tapos you can think of the second one as 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So let's play it slow Bababa. Tapos 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 'Di ba? Kung na-practice mo yung groupings, onti na lang, kaya mo na to. Okay? 'Di ba? So, syempre, so, yun yung goal mo na kahit faster than the actual speed, kaya mo, 'di ba? So, syempre, I won't push the speed anymore kasi I'm sure to get schooled by si Sir Karel mismo. We'll be able to play it a lot faster and a lot cleaner. But still, guys, going down, isipin nyo ba yun? Bababa lang na the most basic of basic shapes. Tukso has that, napababa lang. Okay? So, guys, I promise don't underestimate the pentatonic. Kasi ito, gamit na gamit. So we have that. So we have this. And then just the second part is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's my first example. And this one, I really like this one. Kasi si paring Shanty Dope to. Shout out sa kanya sa Mint. Kasi hindi ko sure kung nandun pa din siya. Pero when I was there, he was still there. So I think he's still there. So this part. Okay. So yun din. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So it's still based on that concept of groupings. Okay. So ito lang, may naiba dito, may fourth na sumakop or pumasok. So if we play that again. Okay, so the next section, di ba? Pentatonics pa din lahat yun. So, how about that? Remember what we discussed about the sliding? Diba? It started from this shape. Yung root na nandito sa D string started from this shape. Tapos nag-slide up. So slide up dito sa D string, tapos nag-slide up ulit dito sa G string. Okay, so I'll let you guys see that better. So 1, 2, 3, slide. 1, 2, 3, slide. Slide. Tapos ito yung seventh na sinasabi natin that we were talking about. So we're in the key of nasa key of C sharp tayo. So pentatonic siya going up, but biglang dito may 7. But it's still based on knowing your shapes here. So we have this yung D string na root na major, and then we have the minor shape dito sa A string. So if you knew those two shapes, kaya mo to. Diba? So if you play that again, diba? And still, it's just predominant. We only added the 7th. We only added that. Still predominantly the minor pentatonic or the major pentatonic. So guys, really, really important ang pentatonic scale. Tapos last one, I like this one because it's a bit more poste. So ako yan kasi I couldn't find the actual video. So you'll see two of me. But I want to show you guys a concept. Okay? So the whole concept there was, it started off, so again, we go back to this shape, diba? The minor shape. Nasa E string. So it starts off as so you're just hammering on. So sinabi din Tep yun kanina, diba yung hammering on? So starting sa A string and then D string and then dito. Diba? So it starts off like that. Okay? So it starts off. Tapos look at that, yung slide na yun, ha? It's slid all the way to the next shape na. Nag-skip siya ng isang shape. To the fifth, kasi gusto niya makuha yung fifth, yung B. Kasi nasa key of E tayo. So, really knowing your shapes para makaslide ka ng ganon will pay off. Tapos, I like the simplicity of this concept kasi it's not skipping a lot of notes. You're not playing a lot of notes. You're just going between the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2. Tapos slide up to 5. So very simple but yet very beautiful, diba? And pentatonic lang. There's no complex scale here. It's just the same scale that we've been working on. You guys know the shapes. You guys know how to practice it. It's just applied in a really good way and in a way that we can take and learn from, diba? That's another good concept. So hammer on 1, hammer on next note, then do the same hammer on, go to another note, and then another note, the balik. That's a really good concept. Diba? You can just take that and you can apply it elsewhere. But it's just hammer on 1, hammer on another note, hammer on another. And actually, I think you can also think of that as you can also think medyo ganun din yung ano niya. Yeah, it's hammer on one note, hammer on another, hammer on. So yun, di ba? You know it works because it works sa mundo, it works here din. Nagawa din ni Sir Karel. And then here again, another classic move naman. You go down. So so again, tapos again yung 7th na sinasabi natin. Okay? Yun yung ginawa ni Sir Karel doon. But again, ano yung predominantly na ginagamit? It's all the shapes that we know. Okay, you guys know this shape. Right? It's just going down. Diba? It's just going down. So yung really guys, all you really have to do is practice. So what else can we learn? Na being stuck going up and down, it's going to be okay for now. Kasi yun nga we've seen sa three examples natin, it's a lot of just going. Diba? Going down naman lang to Kasi to. Diba? It's just going down, up and down a lot. Diba? But that's okay for now. So just continue practicing it para you'll thank yourself later. You'll thank yourself na kaya mong bilisan to. Kasi all you've been practicing is just to go up and down. And you think yourself na, okay, I have the muscle memory for this. I built the speed for this. So now na I'm given a real life situation, I have to use it, and someone like Karel uses it, si Sir Karel uses it, ready ako. Diba? So, that's why I think you guys really need to continue just practicing. And another thing that we can learn is, si Sir Karel, I remember, I saw a video of his mga 2008 yata yung date. I think ito sa Annam na super tagal na. Tapos, sabi ko, okay, sige, ano. I wonder how he was like then. Sabi ko, oh my gosh, he sounds, yung consistency niya sa pentatonic, andun na dun pa lang, that early. So it shows me na he really, really stuck to it ever since. Tapos, kitang-kita ngayon yung labas na sobrang linis na talaga. Kahit anong gawin mo, sobrang even, sobrang clear. So, really, consistency is what we're going to praise here. Kasi, if you were as consistent as Sir Karel, you're gonna sound great on the pentatonic. Kasi yun
Sam,
yung ano, yun yung yeah.
Quick question. So, people have been
Sure.
yun nga, thanking you. Tsaka, yun nga, may mga nagtatanong, meron bang tabs to for these things? So, ako naisip ko, maybe yung tabs naman na ginagawa ni Karel, probably there's some online. Pero, you did show kanina the shapes kanina. Meron bang magandang resource where people can look at it para madali nilang ma-practice sa bahay?
You can Google. You're going to find that a lot on Google. Tapos madami pa yung, I just chose that one because I really just got it off of Google. So just, tawag dito. Just Google it. Search, ano, all I searched was, pentatonic shapes. Bass. Yun lang. Search nyo lang. Tapos hi CJ.
Pro
yun.
tip.
But yeah, legit, just look for it. Just Google it. You're bound to find it. So yun. So we've looked at three scenarios na we saw Sir Karel na he applied it, diba? He used the pentatonic scale really well. So now how can we take that application mindset further? So what I like to do is to take like the one kanina. So I'll show you guys three concepts or three fields that I learned elsewhere. Tapos I'm going to apply it here. Okay? So this one, yung basis na to was, let's start on C. I'll do everything on C na lang. Excuse me. So I start on C. Tapos yung gagawin lang natin is we go a whole step up and then I hammer on down. Okay? Tapos we're gonna target the 1, the 5, and then the octave. Okay? So you can do that, you can do that going up or going down. The one I learned was going down. Okay? But you're outlining the 1, 1, 5, 1, 1, 5, 1, 1, 5. Okay? And you're basically just adding yung passing note na ganun. A whole step up or 2 frets up. Okay, so that's one concept. Okay, so concept yung isipin nyo. So you can apply that to any 1, 5, 1 or on any chord that you like. Okay? So that's one concept. Another concept is I like to do this on minor chords. So this would be on A minor. I like to go for this. It will be 5, flat 7, or if you'd like to think of it in the minor pentatonic, it's the 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth note sa minor pentatonic, and then the fourth and then fifth note, and then go to the octave. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So something like that. As you can also go back down. So yung song, this is from Favor of the Lord ni Israel Houghton. Tapos it goes. Okay? But but it goes like that. So minor chord siya. You do it on a minor chord. You just target the 5th, 7th, root 7, and go down. Or you can also think it nga as just the 4th and the 5th note, and then the last note of the pentatonic. So or the root or the A, and then going back down. Tapos the third concept, which is, this one is from Everywhere That I Go. Very to. So this one, please tawag dito, don't overuse it kasi very very used tong concept na to. But basically, it's based on a major chord. Okay, so key of E, Everywhere That I Go, and basically tina-target mo to hit the chord tones, or so a major chord is made of the root, the 3rd, and the 5th. Okay, so when you're saying to target mo yung chord tone, to target it, you're going to play those notes. Okay, so the root, the 3rd, and the 5th. Now, dito sa Everywhere That I Go, the feel goes. So you're going to target the 5th here. Then you're gonna hammer onto the 2nd. Okay. And then slide up to the 3rd. And this is coming from this shape, ah. All those notes kasama siya dito sa minor E root na minor shape. You guys, I'm pretty sure si Tef tsaka si Kuya Charles alam nila yan. Baka naabusan na din nila yan. Okay? So that one, So yun yun. So now I know that this concept works on a major chord. So we can take that shape na galing pentatonic scale and we can apply it to any major chord we like. So sabihin natin, what if there's an A chord in the key of E? So you can also apply that there. Or sa B also, kasi may B major din. Okay? So yun, using concepts like that. So now, what I'm going to demonstrate for you guys is, I'm going to play along to the track, tapos those 3, so the first one that concept, and then that concept I'm going to put in, and also okay, so I'm going to play a track. This is a track I made. This won't be available, sorry guys, kasi this might turn into a song. But I'll just use it to demonstrate to you guys how you'd be able to go around to applying this. So I don't know if you caught all of that, but break down ko yung chords. So the chords go A sharp, A sharp major 7 to a G minor. So I made sure that dito sa A sharp major 7, dun ko siya linagay yung like that. That's when I put that concept. Tapos dito sa G minor, sa pangalawang ikot, dun ko linagay dun ko siya linagay. Tapos sa dulo, because I know how the chords go, so the 6th chord or yung D, it's a D dominant. So I knew, okay, gusto kong, kasi I know I know that works on a major chord. Tapos on a dominant chord, we know may major 3rd siya, so it could work. So sabi ko, okay, what if? Isa pa? Diba? So, na-apply ko siya doon. So, it's really, guys, the way I learned all the fills and everything is really just to take these small moments that we really like from bases that we really like and adore and try to figure out kung paano siya nag-work in a key. Okay? So once you figure that out, like this one, we know this works on a major chord, okay? So it's taking other fills na ganon that we like and thinking na, okay, kailan ba to tinugtog sa kanta? Oh, okay, it's over an A. Okay. So, okay, it's A major. Okay, so I can play this on a major chord siguro. So, it's figuring out kailan nagamit yung concept na yun or yung feel na yun. And then making it your own na, oh wow, okay, so I can put this here, put this there. And that's when it will slowly become your thing because ikaw na nag-decide kung kailan magagamitin eh. So it's really just taking small moments that you like from any bassist or musician that you heard, and if they put a really nice feel, like wow, yung mapapastank face ka na feel, di ba? And it's figuring out how that works and then applying it to another context. And that's how you'll be able to later be able to make your own feels na. Kasi doon nanggagaling naman lahat yun. It's really just a rehash. Never feel like you're going to, ay, puro gaya naman lang ginagawa ko. Ay, puro ganito. Ay, puro nakaw naman lang ginagawa ko. It really starts from that. It's learning from one another. Never feel bad na you're learning from other people and being inspired by other people. But yun, of course, it's your job also to be able to explore further. Be able to explore further na how you can make these concepts that you've learned and the things that you like, how you make them, your own. And eventually, the more vocabulary you get in the long run, magme-meld na lang yan into one, and then you'll be surprised na, okay, this is how I sound. Or in my case, this is how Sam sounds so far. Diba? So it's really just taking these things when you learn feels and everything, the new things from these people, understand how they work, and then apply them elsewhere. Kasi that's what's going to really translate into your vocabulary in the future. And this is what's going to take your pentatonics na hindi lang shapes yung alam mo. Okay? It's like you're saying words. Kasi music is a language, okay? And taking these small things, you're thinking na, oh wow, this is a nice little word. I want to use it in my day-to-day conversations. So when you do that, biglang magiging mas sophisticated yung pag-usap mo sa isang tao, or when you talk to other people, you'll be able to be more eloquent in what you're saying. Hindi lang basically, diba? From this, biglang may mga ganun ka na, or may mga ganun ka na, diba? So really, just take these small things, understand how they work, and really just treat them as themes and concepts. Don't think of these as parang mga bala na lalabas mo na lang every time. Okay? They're things na that have rules and hindi naman rules, but they're systems and things that you can build upon. They're building blocks. They're starting points. And from there, you can just learn everything and apply it however you like. And yeah, that is it for me.
Thank you.
Panalo.
No problem.
Yes. Like other people said, no, talagang maraming ginto sa episode na to. And, a lot of people are also, confused. Paano nga nila gagawin? And ending talaga niyan, it's really practice, no? It's learning the shapes and all that and actually applying it. Kailangan mo talagang i-try, mag-experiment and learn it. Kasi by itself, the pentatonic scale is, yun nga, parang nadidinig mo kahit saan. Pero for you to apply it in different shapes, it really takes time, no? Kahit ako, I'm still improving on that din kasi talaga namang constant journey of learning and better communicating nga in terms of music. So yan, here are some people thanking you for the lesson, sir. So let's
You're
remind them,
welcome, guys.
again. Let's remind them that you have lessons. So si Sam has online lessons, so you can visit his page. Sam, go ahead, share your contact information.
All right. So guys, on Facebook, I'm Sam De Leon. So you can either contact my Facebook page na Sam De Leon, or you can contact my personal page also, Sam T De Leon. So you can message me, I'll reply. And then pwede din sa sa Twitter or Instagram, I'm Sam De Leon Music, at Sam De Leon Music. Or you can also shoot me an email, samdeleonmusic@gmail.com. So you just contact me and yeah, let's tulungan ko kayo. Kasi
All right.
dahil the other specifics, I can help you out, kung
Yeah,
masyado
galing.
mabilis
I hope you
demo,
take
diba?
advantage. I hope you take advantage. Ang ganda, no? So, Sam has good lessons. Si Charles also has lessons for note reading. So, ang dami nating matututunan talaga sa mga speakers dito. Take advantage. They're also giving special promos. Charles has a master class also. I'm sharing it also. It's in June. Updated ba to, Charles? Tama naman, no?
Yes.
Yan. So, two different topics pwede nyo matutunan. No? So, Charles, meron siyang group lesson and then you can also have private lessons with both of them, which is excellent. So, before we end our episode tonight, let's share again our sponsors and also what they're offering. So, let's start with, syempre, with Sam, no? And with Jolly. So, si Jolly, as you all heard tonight, Sam used his J-Craft. That's a 5-string. The only difference is it's loaded with J-Craft strings na binibili separately when you buy it stock.
Yeah.
And then it's also loaded with G-Tronics preamp. So ang controls niya ngayon ay volume, blend, bass treble, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yes, correct. Yan. So shout out kay Sir Gibson. Ang mga gawa mo ay
Yes.
kumakalat like wildfire. So for Jolly, everybody, I want to share na ang J-Craft at Jolly ay merong free shipping at meron kayong free J-Craft strings if you buy a J-Craft bass starting today until May 31. So punta lang kayo sa Jolly Music FB page tapos padala nyo ng message. Lagay nyo yung code na Buhay Bahista kasi dito nyo napanood. Sabihin nyo gusto ko bumili ng J-Craft bass and then make your payment. I-chat nyo lang sila na gusto ko ng libreng string na J-Craft na ganitong model. If it's available, you'll get it for free. So yan ang promise ng Jolly. No? So how you can purchase, you can talk to them in their chat. Alam ko, pwede sa website, pwede rin sa FB page nila. So guys, take advantage. Yung mga nag-iisip, bumili ng J-Craft at this point, you will save over 500 pesos for sure because of the string plus shipping. So take advantage of that. Another partner that we have na nag-start sila since mid-May is Riverhead. So, they're still on sale. Click nyo lang. Well, di nyo pwede i-click pala. Pero you can visit this URL or we'll add it in our Facebook page later, the URL. They have a few bases on sale in Lazada na meron kayong discount na 10%. So, malaking bagay. Puntahan nyo rin yan. Maganda rin. Si Sir Charles, ang gamit niya ay Riverhead. Pakita naman ng bagong base, sir. Ayan, yun yung bagong base niya, fresh out from the factory. So, Ash Dreams, Ganda, ganda. So,
Ganda.
both good bases. Different builds, no? All passive yung kay Charles. Yung kay Sam nga ngayon is hot-rodded with Z-Tronics, which is great. And another partner of ours no, sa Buhay Bahista, LEG will also be pre-ordering na their Alab Vintage. So, wala pa to. August pa talaga siya marirelease. But all of the details are on the page. So, pwede nyo bisitahin. Kung gusto nyo rin tingnan, you can buy. So all three bases, different manufacturers, all local, magagandang base lahat yan, kahit ano pa, no? All of it, lahat yan pwede gamitin professionally and for gigs and recordings, all of them are good. So, yun nga, sabi ni Sam, practice lang, tapos yun, importante rin na yun nga, tune up your instrument and yun nga, make sure that your strings are also fresh. Isa yan sa mga bagay na sa recording. Guilty ako dyan dati, magamit ako ng lumang string. Very bad. So next, tayo? Kalikot. Sayang din to. Meron silang, last week was our episode tungkol sa Dirt. Kalikot is offering 1,000 pesos off sa Amplefort pedal nila. Ito yung Dirt pedal nila. Very, I wouldn't say it's dark class, pero very, close to the B3K and the Vintage. Very solid pedal. Yung as Vince last week said, recommended pedal nito for starting basis na gusto ng mag-explore sa Dirt. He's offering it for 5,500. I think now it's only 4,500. Send the message to the Kalikot page and then make your deposit and then you'll get your discount. Sobrang okay yan. Tapos nun, hindi nagbigay ng ng walang tapos na yung contest natin for the dampers. But we are reminding you na Inspired Music is also one of our partners tonight. Ang daming magagandang items sa site nila. So 2 weeks ago, Hans bought Ghost Fire stuff. On our second episode, I think we give out fire glow straps. So nandun lahat yan sa Inspired Music. Napakagandang offerings din for accessories. If you wanna buy or you need anything, puntaan lang kayo. Kasi itong dampers are gonna come soon. So abangan nyo, maraming kulay na iba yung offering sa Groove Gear and sa J-Craft. So very yan. Kung gusto nyo bagayan lahat ng bass nyo, now is the time. Tapos doon, ito, special announcement din to for tonight. Charles, thank you pala for sending the video last minute. May contest din tayo for El Sonido. El Sonido, meron kayong contest. Sorry, tatanggalin ko muna to So nag-send sila ng strap. So from Cebu, thank you El Sonido team. So they have sent us 3 straps actually na pwede namin pamigay. Pero dahil gusto namin manood kayo sa amin madalas, isa muna yung papapremyo namin, And to give, kumbaga parang a good chance naman for others na hindi nakanood, we're doing a contest this week na sana ma-apply nyo yung natutunan nyo sa lesson ni Sam, So what we want to do is bisita kayo sa Buhay Bahista FB page. Mag-upload kami mamaya ng backing track na ginawa ni Sir Charles. So doon sa backing track, magre-record kayo ng video nyo playing along. So hindi kailangan na sobrang lupit, pero hopefully ma-share nyo or mapakita nyo sa amin kung ano yung natutunan nyo sa video with Sam. If hindi nyo kaya tapusin yung 1 minute, okay lang yun. Padala pa rin kayo even if 15 seconds lang siya or 30 seconds, which is part of the song. Go ahead. Pero syempre, 'di ba? Extra points naman tayo sa mga tatapos. So, when you send the video, message us where we can download it. Pwedeng Google Drive, pwedeng WeTransfer. So very simple lang siya. Please submit your entries before June 5. Tapos yun yung winner i-announce natin sa episode natin sa June 12. So to give everybody an example, si Sir Charles was kumbaga sa busy schedule niya, nakapaglaan pa siya ng oras para gumawa ng video for people to follow. Ngayon, hindi namin ito ginawa to intimidate people. It's really for you to see ano yung mga pwede niyong gawin at paano niyo i-apply yung pentatonic skill na nagawa niyo tonight. Hahanapin namin yung skala na yun dun sa solo. So, for you to win, kailangan makita namin i-apply. So, let's watch this 1-minute video na ginawa ni Charles, and then the download or the backing track link will be sent to you later, or we'll post it on the page. So let's watch the video. All right. So yan, medyo mukhang nag-awat ka ng konti, Charles, Pero very nice video, I hope maging magandang reference yan for people who will record. Of course, we will look at the video. Sana maganda rin yung quality ng video, para balak namin kasi i-edit yung video with all of the contestants para meron tayong isang montage of people, showing kung ano yung natutunan nila sa Buhay Bahista this week with the Pentatonic lesson with Sir Sam. So very very interesting contest. Sali kayo. Yung strap, actually sige, ito yung personal ko na strap. May 3 pinamigay nga sa amin. So I will let you choose the color that you want based dun sa mga pinamigay. I think may brown with white stitch. There's one a brown with, I think, mint stitch. Tas may isang puti ata. I'll double check. So, very nice straps. They usually cost around 4,000 pesos. So, ano yan? I know it's expensive, no? Pero ang sarap nito talaga sa balikat. I used to use Levi straps dahil padded and then leather. But, sorry, ito yung medyo na-enjoy ko talaga na strap. So, starting now, I've been using it ever since. So, si Charles has it on his shoulder. Lapat na lapat. Walang kasing sarap. So, there. Again, we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Sam, especially you. Thank you for gracing our show tonight. Napakaganda, no? Na natutunan natin. Charles, Step, meron ba kayong last words before we go? Wala.
Yeah. At siguro ako na lang muna, no? Sam, really appreciate you. Grabe lang yung nilagay mo sa table. And again, Buhay Bahista naman is really about bass community, helping each other, building up each other, no? So, grabe lang yung next generation of bass players. Even, I'm not saying na matanda na ako na nagpe-play ng bass. I think medyo nasa gitna ako. May mga mas senior pa. Pero, na-appreciate ko lang that every generation of bass players really put something different and unique to the table, and we celebrate that. So, even tonight, natuto ako sa'yo, bro. Ire-replay ko itong episode na to. So, magagamit ko yung Pentatonic shapes. Thanks, bro.
Glad to help, guys.
Thank you, Sam. Sobrang na-appreciate ko yun, yung lesson. Grabe. As in, ang dami pa palang pwedeng mangyari dun sa simpleng scale na yun. So, na-expound mo lahat yun. And yun nga, dun ko na-realize na ang dami ko pang pwedeng gawin. So, nice. Thank you.
You're welcome, guys.
Ayun, I think nawala si Pao.
Oo nga eh.
Nawala ba ako?
Yeah.
Sorry, narinig niyo ako?
Nawala.
You're back, bro.
Yeah.
Ano na, sorry, I think lang na gano'n. Dumadala.
Go lang.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay na.
Hello?
Yeah,
Ayan,
okay na.
sige. So yun again, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. Ayan, okay, sorry, nawala. Ako naman yung nawala. So thank you for joining us tonight. Again, yung contest, if you want to upload it in YouTube, pwede. Pero hopefully, meron kaming link talaga para ma-edit namin properly. At hindi na namin kailangan i-download sa YouTube yung video. But yes, pwede. If yun lang talaga yung way para magawa nyo, go ahead. Thank you, Stanley, for recommending El Sonido. No? Oy, si Sir Lords, nandito. Welcome, sir. Good evening. Oy, para daw may magawa kayo. Oy, grabe yung mga senior yung sasali. Grabe kayo, ha? Yung mga veterano at mga biyahero, no? So, okay, it's good to have everybody join us tonight. Sam, thank you. Charles, Step, for accommodating and joining us tonight. Thank you. Next week, we will have another episode with you. We will post the details soon. Thank you. Have a great Saturday and weekend. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Good night, guys.
Thank you.